If you want to know how to program your subconscious mind to manifest anything, and I really do mean anything you want, any result, any outcome, any experience, then you're going to want to watch the full episode, this full video, because I'm going to walk through a very specific masterclass for you to show you how to program your subconscious mind and the language, the specific language the subconscious mind uses to speak to your superconscious and make the quantum field respond favorably, speedily to your desires and your inner commands. All right, so let's dive into this masterclass. Okay, so let's make it very, very clear. To begin with, this is you. Beautiful, beautiful you. There's two parts we're going to discuss in this video. One is your conscious mind. The other is your subconscious mind. Really, really quickly. The conscious mind is the short-term programmer of your mind. The conscious mind likes tasks. It operates often in beta as well as alpha brainwave state. So the conscious mind is alert, attentive, and aware of tasks and goals that you set intentionally. It is the short-term programmer. It's like the goldfish. It's the dumbest part of your mind, to be honest, because it forgets what you did yesterday, whereas the subconscious is the long-term programmer, which means that any seed you plant in the fertile garden of your subconscious mind and continue repeatedly to water that seed, nurture that seed, which is your desire, then the long-term program picks up this recipe, picks up this information, and starts to broadcast that instantly into the field, into the quantum field, and help you to re-render, reshape, remold the outside world, the outer world, the third dimensional world. Okay? So the subconscious mind, the language of the subconscious mind, first and foremost, is now. It does not understand time. So if you're wanting to manifest something in the future, it doesn't understand time. It only understands now. So if you're starting to talk to the subconscious through the language of feeling, and you think, I will feel better when this money arrives, when these clients pay, when these new clients arrive, when I move house, when I attract my ideal partner, when is linked to time. So don't do that. Your subconscious mind does not understand that. And you end up getting kicked back up into your conscious mind where you become over analytical and you want to start controlling the how. That's the thing. The conscious mind looks at how do I move from A to B. The subconscious mind is all about now. There is no how in the now. So comment below, no how in the now. All right. So there is no time associated with the language of the subconscious mind. The other thing is there is no space or dimension. So if you think about the conscious mind going from point A to point B, it needs to move through time and space in order to perform a task, in order to see a task through to completion. In order for you to go from here to the store, you need to move through time and space. It takes you minutes to get to the shop, and you need to move through a sequence of spaces in order to arrive at your destination. The subconscious mind doesn't use that. It's not interested in time or space because it is all now. Okay? It's all now. That is the critical piece here. Because what you feel now is. What you feel right now is. So when you string together what you desire to feel and you prime that feeling as the seed in your fertile garden of your subconscious mind, that is what is going to be used. That's the codex, that's the information, the line of code that is now sent to your superconscious, and therefore programming your outer reality so that it is reshaped according to what you want and what you are giving your attention to, specifically through the language of feeling right now. right now. So do away with time. If you're starting to feel impatient, you're impatient because you're bound by time. You also get frustrated because you enter and come up against friction when you're wanting to move through spaces, or you're starting to talk about distance. The other thing here is size. The subconscious mind does not understand size. So whether you're looking for a thimble or a yacht, it does not matter to the subconscious mind. Time, space, size, dimension, it does not matter. So if you think about it, all of this is connected to the third dimension. The subconscious mind doesn't give two hoots about what's happening outside of you. It is not interested in the world of objects and things, the material world, the world that operates and vibrates at a much slower rate than your internal world. So if you want to program your subconscious mind for better results, faster results, whatever you desire, you must do away with time-based language, space or dimension, and size-based language. Because as you feel something is too big or too small for you, I can manifest $10, but I can't manifest $100,000. It's too big. No, that's the conscious mind getting in the way. So how do you program it? Through the language of feeling, okay? So in the next part here, let's talk about, as you go into the subconscious mind, the access point is the alpha brainwave state. And then, of course, you've got theta, which is deep, deep subconscious work. This typically is when you are asleep, theta. When you are in deep meditation and you are not in your body, you are not connected to space and time, you're not connected to any concept of yourself, you are just pure beingness, still present, available to source energy as source energy, then you most likely are in theta or theta. You can't remember it because quite often the conscious mind logs right off and your nervous system is now bathed in new light and new information because it's at deep rest. But to program the subconscious mind, you want to enter alpha. Alpha is a relaxed state. A relaxed state. That is why when you are watching TV or movies or listening to music, you tend to drift off. That's where programming occurs. But you want the right type of programming. You want intentional and deliberate programming that's aligned with your dreams and your desires. So when you're in alpha, as Neville Goddard and other teachers have shared, it's the state akin to sleep. Okay, so it's really relaxed. You can be reclined, but not asleep. You can be horizontal, but not asleep. You can be seated upright, but not asleep. You want to be aware of your relaxation and you want to be in the state of relaxation. So that is where the subconscious is highly receptive. Now, once you're in alpha, then you are impressing the subconscious with feeling through images, because your mind will map images faster than verbal language. Okay, so if you've got an image of a scene or an outcome or a result, you take a still shot of that and you activate it in your alpha state. And what I mean by activated is when you're relaxed, you bring that scene into your mind's eye and you start to feel yourself into the scene. So you feel yourself into it, feel into it. Because when you feel into it, you then become one with it, one with it. So you're not an outside observer, you're an inside first person experiencer of that chosen reality, that chosen result. The subconscious mind loves this type of language. It loves this type of information. And so does your nervous system. So a relaxed nervous system, which is why we're in alpha brainwave state, you activate your imagination. And by activating your imagination, you're bringing in what you want as a scene. Think about a sprinter, a 100-meter sprinter. They're not training to run all the steps. They're training to cross the line and be on the podium. They're training to be on the podium. So in their scene, they see themselves on the podium. Now, all the pieces that lead up to them being on the podium come back to the conscious mind. Training, stretching, strength, stride length, all those sorts of things, mental power and physical power. But the subconscious uses a very, very exclusive power, and it's a feminine power. It's very receptive. It does not judge what you give it. It does not judge. Very receptive. It's virgin, fertile soil, which means that it is fresh. It's every single day, every moment. You can plant those new seeds of what you want using an alpha brainwave state, beautifully relaxed. Impress it with a scene, with an image to begin with, and then move into that scene and animate that scene. You bring life to a still image. You bring life to a still image and turn it into a video, turn it into a first-person experience. You're feeling your way through it, just as if you were imagining walking along the beach. You're walking along the beach, you can feel the sand between your toes. You can hear the sand crunching underneath your feet. You can hear the gulls, you can feel the wind or breeze on your skin. You can feel the sun drenching your skin. You can hear the waves. Whatever's going on, you are now in that experience. Your subconscious mind absolutely loves this type of experience. And like I said before, the subconscious mind is the gateway to the superconscious. And the superconscious is the quantum field. It dictates all the how. So that's the last part. The last part of this is to give up time, any time reference, when, by this time, all these sorts of things, giving up space and giving up size. So all of this is the how, because it's all linked to the third dimension. This is connected to your superconscious, which is your oversoul, your higher self, God mind, whatever you want to call it. This is one of the most difficult things for most people is they get stuck in the how. How's it going to show up? What do I need to do? Yada, 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 yada. And if that's you, type below how, okay? Type below how, because how equals now. This is a big penny drop for most of you. The how is in the now. How you feel determines what you experience. What seed you plant now is what determines your experience. What feeling you have now relative to the scene, the image that you are experiencing first person in your imagination determines your outer world experience. Okay? So it does not matter when you're starting to think about $10 or $100,000. Doesn't matter whether it's small or large to the subconscious mind. It makes no difference. How does it make you feel? And from there, play the scene, be in it, first person. Because if you're observing yourself from outside, you're not in it. You're just a spectator in the stands. You've got to be on the field. You've got to be playing the game. The subconscious is an experience-rich mechanism. Okay, it's a program that you are installing into the long-term programmer, well, not short-term, the long-term programmer of your subconscious mind. Okay, so here's very simple steps, really simple steps. Number one, know what you want. Know what you want to experience. That's number one. Two, get into alpha state, relaxed. Three, bring up the scene. Imagine your scene. 4, first person experience. And once you've done this, for 10 to 15 minutes. 5, let it go. And then 6, during the day, is follow the nudges. Follow the intuitive guidance, follow the nudges, take aligned action. It doesn't mean efforting and grinding. It literally means from that state you feel animated, you feel inspired, you feel curious. You've got ideas now coming into you because you're open. You're now in direct communion with your superconscious. So any idea that you have, message this person, write this thing, send this, go here, whatever it may be. Follow that instantaneously and then let it go. Letting it go shows you that is a great practice of being in the now. Because when letting it go, it means that you are actually now in full or greater confidence that what you felt as a first person experience is now alive within you. It's already activated. It must happen if you activate it. Okay? So if you'd like more details on this and you want more training on it, then my free community, the Frequency for Success, you'll find the link below. I'll see you on the next call.